Hey gang, welcome to Ceramics with Burton. This is my demo on throwing a bowl. Your assignment for this part of the semester, your wheel throwing assignment would be to do a set of 4 bowls that are similar. I'm not looking necessarily for quadruplets, but first cousins would be good. But basically, I want to show you how you can throw consistently the same sized bowl, which can be used for any kind of serving. It could be ice cream or cereal or salad. It's a sort of a very useful utilitarian shape. Anyway, very similar to the cylinder in the sense of where we start up, but if you see here, first thing you want to do is center like you normally would with one of your cylinders. The second thing you want to do is you want to open just the same way you would your cylinders. However, the one thing you want to make sure, like when you open, you don't want to go you want to leave maybe a full inch thick on the bottom as opposed to like a half inch is what we did with the cylinders. Because of the bowls, we're going to be applying pressure, and with the shaping, it's going to get shorter, like the smaller and thinner. So what we want to do is make sure we have plenty of room so that we can trim a foot. Because the bowls would need a foot. So normally there would be 2 grades with this assignment, a throwing and a trimming grade. Basically what we're looking for is a nice clean bowl. And actually, hold on one second. I'll be right back. So this is what one of the bowls would look like finished, with a foot ring and then glazed, and then basically this is the same size type of bowl that you would be expected to make. All right, so once you want a little bit thicker, we would start to open. Now the one difference is with the cylinder, we'd go down, we'd apply pressure down, and then, why don't you move over towards me, please? Thank you. What we want to do is down and then move across the bottom, like parallel with the bottom, and then up across our left shoulder. The difference is with the bowl, we want to sort of go more aim for our right shoulder. So it's more of a down and then more of a swoop in this case, all right? Whereas before, it was more angular, down, over, across. This is down and then up, more like a U shape. So you can see here, basically, you go down and then curve up. All right? So we would do that a couple times. So that would be basically grab onto that and pull up a couple times. And then with our rib, basically we use our same tools that we would. Our wire, pin tool, our rib, wood knife tool, sponge. So basically with the rib, these are designed to make bowls. All right. So the way I want you to do this is if you were at the wheel and we're throwing and we're at this point here, we put the point of the rib dead in the center and then basically lean into the wall until this edge is at a 45-degree angle. And then that creates the shape of our bowl. All right? And so what we're looking for is about 6 inches across. And that's actually the same about this. You would use your pin tool as a way to measure. It's about the same every time. So that's if we keep doing it that way every time, we use our rib, and actually the corner of your rib generally matches up with the lip. So the corner of the rib and the lip match up. That's usually how it works. It depends on, like here I have a dark brown rib. At school I have a lighter, a white wood. And so I actually used a Sharpie to make a mark. So this way I use that same mark for every bowl. This way it's consistent. So we also want to clean off the lip, and then also with the wood knife tool we want to bevel down here. And then we have all that extra clay down here that we'd end up trimming later on to make a foot. Okay? So I've already wedged up balls of clay. What you want to do is use 2 pounds of clay. You make them into a bowl, wedge them, and I've already done that. Get in the center. You can see what I'm doing here is I'm using a bat as opposed to throwing directly on the wheel head. Bats are nice because then you can just leave it on here and remove the bat. You don't have to use the pot lifts or worry about messing it up. Get my hands wet. Power on. Apply pressure, thumbs together, center. Pressure on the top, here in the front and on the sides. All right, you can see that's centered. Then I'm going to open using my thumbs at the top. Push down. It's going to be about 1 inch thick down there. I'm going to use the rib, or my sponge. Sorry, I'm apply pressure same way I would with the cylinder. Same placement, my middle finger's in here. Thumb on my fingers, and apply pressure on the inside using my middle fingers. And like I said, I'm going to go down and up as opposed to across. So it already has sort of like a bowl shape to begin with. So here, pressure here with the sponge down below. Then on the inside, I'm going to pinch, I'm going to grab onto that bulge of clay right here. So I'm aiming for my right shoulder. It's more comfortable this way, as opposed to throwing the cylinder, which is across your body. And so I'm actually trying to guide the clay into that shape of a bowl. All right. At this point, I would then start shaping, and I can use the rib. So the point here at the bottom, right? And then I'm gonna slowly apply gentle pressure. And you can see here where the lip lines up with the, it's a little bit more clay there. Six inches across. See that? So that's from, it's almost exact right there. All right, so at this point I pinch the lip, round it off. There's one little high point right there. Gonna use the wood knife tool to bevel down here to get rid of that extra clay. Cut it. All right, so there's one. All right. I'll do another one. So I'm pulling the pressure down here because it's really thick down here. Get underneath there and grab onto that clay, and I can pull it. You can see the throw rings are tight. Use my rib. Apply pressure. Push the clay. You can push the clay up against the rib to get that shape. See, look at that, the width is the same every time. holding the tool at a 45-degree angle using the side of the pin tool. So that's 3. All right, they're not identical, but they're a start. So normally I would probably throw like 8, and then I get 4 as close to what I'm, as far as close to being identical as possible. Alrighty, so next week I will trim these. All right, good luck with your research. Signing off.